This is Raimund from Nailed To Obscurity, and you're watching The Offering.
Okay, so you are finally doing a proper tour, this time in North America. Mm-hmm. How you feel about it? How has it been, besides the snowstorm?
I mean, first of all, it's the first tour in 2 years now for us, so that fact alone is very strange. And we're getting into it now after, what was it, a week now?
A week, yeah.
So we needed a little time to get really back into it, but now it feels like always, honestly. And well, then it's also our first time in America anyway. Well, we played in Mexico first, so that's not the first time in North America, but in the US it is. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it. So it's very, very overwhelming, actually.
Yeah.
So
now that things are going back to normal, are you guys planning other tours?
We always try to play as much tours as possible, but let's see what the future holds, because this is pretty uncommon and unforeseeable. But we hope that we are able to play further tours. Yeah.
So far, it has worked great here, and I mean, yeah. So nobody got sick. We can still keep on doing this, which is great. So and also a relief. But I also have to say, it's in Germany and in Europe in general, I think we are still further away from back to normal. Actually, at least when we left, it felt different than here. Definitely. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. But we are planning shows for this year in Europe also. So
right, especially spring, summer, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, when it gets warmer.
And also for autumn. I mean, who knows what's going on at the end of the year, so it's still a lot of time until then.
That's true, but let's stay positive.
Yes,
definitely. Yeah, we should do that.
Speaking about positive, the big news is that you released a couple of weeks ago your new single, Liquid Morning. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, I think it was a song that we planned to record for quite a while now. It was rescheduling due to Corona, but now it's finally out, and we're pretty happy about the result, because we think it's a very strong song. It's maybe one of our strongest so far. It's I think the production is better now, and maybe also our performance as musicians is better, and it shows maybe what the new Nailed To Obscurity could be all about. So let's see what comes next.
Let's say we used the time we got through COVID and tried some things that we haven't done before. Like, for example, we normally don't use low tunings like that, so that is new and won't be the last time we're doing this. And it's also very catchy and short.
It's very dark, melancholic too.
That's what we normally do, right?
Yeah.
But it's still different. But I think we achieved that it still sounds like us, if I can say that. So
I think so. I think it's the perfect conclusion of what we did so far. But I think it's also bringing everything to the next level.
And speaking of the next level, when can we expect a new full album?
Yes, someday.
It's a big question.
No, I mean, this song is part of the songwriting session that's still going on. And at the end of that, there will be an album.
So you don't have a date scheduled?
Not yet, no. We have an idea, but I don't think that's official now. So.
Okay. Are you gonna do something different for the upcoming album in terms of, I don't know, recording or sound like you did for this song?
Yeah, like we did with this song. So this is basically, this song was the first time we tried this new setup with another, well, our old producer Victor is still
process.
Yeah, we are still recording with him, except the vocals that we recorded with Jacob Hansen, and the mix was done by Jacob Hansen, which is new also. So and it's going to be like that for the next album. So this was just the first step, and there will more songs follow with the same approach, but not all of them have been written yet. So that's
so you could say this single is a tryout of the new setup, and we're pretty damn satisfied with it.
But would you say that all that happened and all the time off have an impact on your songwriting for the new songs?
I think
Or maybe for the lyrics even.
I think it somehow does. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's based on this specific time, but it definitely has an impact because it makes you feel a little more down and dark and stuff like that. So there is definitely a connection, but I wouldn't say that it's like a Corona-influenced album per se.
Maybe isolation influence.
No, I think maybe not like when it comes to the topics of the songs and the lyrics, because and the mood also. I mean, it hasn't changed much. We've been melancholic before also, but.
You were already like this.
Maybe our music and our lyrics fit better into this time now. Maybe it's vice versa.
And but it definitely had an effect on the way we wrote this album, because there was almost a year where we hardly could get together to write songs, which we normally do. So we did it more than usually in a kind of studio situation, in a home studio. Plus also we met in the rehearsal room as we usually do and jam. But it's a different balance now between those two approaches, I think. So that definitely had an effect on the songwriting, and that was because of COVID.
And now it's been how many years? Black Frost was released in 2019, right?
Early 19, yeah.
Now that time passed, how do you feel about this album?
Still the same. We still like it. We still play the songs live on this tour, and we'll keep playing them. But also, of course, we are eager to release new stuff now, especially since we've been working so much on new material. But yeah, I mean, it's
still a great record. We're pretty satisfied with the result, but we want to continue our path with maybe a little different approach, like Ole already said, like the stuff that we changed with the setup and also how we write songs and all this stuff. So we're already maybe one step ahead of that record now. So it's tough to judge it because it's like a part of us.
It's always like that. We like everything we did, but then there always comes a time where you think, well, now we need to try something else, and then it's more interesting to try new things and focus on that, and which doesn't make the things you've done before worse than you thought they were. You know, it's just the same. It's just the urge to do something new that's now in our heads. And so, but we're happy with everything we've done before. If it's Black Frost, King Delusion, Opaque.
It's like writing a diary. So you always evolve as a human being, as a musician, and all the records are, maybe a child of their time, so to speak.
Right, so I think it was an important album for you guys.
Definitely
it was. Yes,
more people with that.
Yes.
On Nuclear Blast.
But now while we're working on the new one, this feels even more important in a way. You know, it's just, but it's always like that.
Yeah, it's gonna always be like that.
Yeah.
So all this time off, you guys are very active on social media. Do you think it helped more than usual since you couldn't reach the audience playing live?
Yeah, it's tough to come up with ideas for social media for us, because I would say there is a lot of stuff that we could do more in social media, but it's for us it's easier to reach out to the fans in the live situation, and then we also have stuff to share with them afterwards, because there is a story to tell. Yeah.
And there was a time right when COVID started where we weren't active at all.
Yeah.
So we needed some time to really, because normally we are touring a lot, playing shows a lot, festivals, and then we naturally post that stuff. But then out of a sudden there was nothing. You know, we were like, what are we going to do? There were like weeks and months where we didn't do anything, not writing, not rehearsing, because it seemed pointless, and we just had to find our way in this new situation, which was never really fun. Now that we're here, we know why, because we were missing this. So
Right.
well, we knew that before, but yeah.
Well, you played last year.
One show.
One show.
One
only.
show, 40 minutes in Austria.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was like before we even realized it happened. We forgot already. It was just. It felt like nothing really. It was, but it was cool, of course.
Like a dream or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great, cool show, cool festival, but it was surreal.
Too fast.
This was surreal in the beginning also, but now since we've been doing this for a week now, it becomes more real.
Yeah, because this tour was supposed to happen last year.
And even it was postponed 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
It was planned before COVID.
Right. Okay, so when you think about the future of the band, what are your goals? What would you like to achieve?
Oh, that's a tough question. These are the big questions. But let's say after we are able to play North America now, maybe another continent. Let's play Asia and all that stuff. But yeah, let's maybe stay a little bit more realistic. Playing Europe again would also be great, and but it's always great to touch new grounds. Like this is really great, a fantastic experience.
And I mean, the biggest goal right now, but it's not in our hand, is to be able to do this, you know, like we did before. So yeah, that's what we're hoping for. But we're already planning shows and tours for Europe, and now that we're here and get the feeling that this might be, well, we might have the chance to come back. So we're trying this also.
Come back here, definitely.
Yeah. So those are the very obvious goals.
Yeah.
Everything else, I think we just see what happens, and then take our chances.
Take it one step at a time.
Yeah. I mean, there are things that you can't force, and so we just want to do what we like to do, and this is touring, releasing music, and that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so hopefully we'll hear the new album before the end of the year, or maybe next year. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? We know.
But for now, we're gonna listen to Liquid Morning. Check it out on YouTube and every other platform. Thank you so much for the interview, and enjoy the rest of the tour.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for having
much.
us. Thank you.